Hey everybody, welcome to the ET Whisperer Galactic Weekly Channeling. I'm Rob Gauthier, the ET Whisperer. I hope you guys are having a good week. The last two Galactic channelings have only been week to week. I usually channel 2 or 3 of them at a time and then release them weekly. And I've had to because I was sick last week and I didn't want to channel more than once. And tonight I've got my radio show to do, so I can't channel more. But I'm going to start channeling more in groups, and that way it'll give us a little bit more heads up. But I wanted to thank all of you guys who are doing these Galactic Weekly channelings. I hope you're getting something from them. I know that the race that's being channeled now is extremely different than any other type of race that I've ever channeled before, and from what Aridif says, it's going to be something different than any humans ever channeled, so that's awesome. I really enjoy that as a fact. I also wanted to say thank you guys for liking, commenting, subscribing. Kalina, Angel, my partner, my wife, has a new channeling release with the Alpha Draconian Morrigium, which is an amazing channeling. So go check out her channel. I'll put that in the pinned linked comment. And also just recognition to all of you guys for helping out the algorithms and for being so great. I hope you guys are enjoying. If you want to know what's going on with Patreon, check out the end of the video. And I will be announcing some events coming up very soon that are really exciting. One of them with Tyler Ellison and myself. That's going to be coming up soon, called the Gateway to Gratitude. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be in the end of November. It's an online event. You can join us, and I'll share more about that on the channel as it goes. I love you guys. I hope you enjoy, and see you on the other side.
Greetings to all. This is Aridif. That is A-R-I-D-I-F. And this is its spell. We understand that all of you desire to co-create with the Galactic Collective Consciousness more deeply. And of course the representatives from different races that we bring to the co-creation of that Galactic Collective Consciousness holds a vast invariance between their own consciousness and those of yours, and of course those of other races as well. In this day we are co-creating with a race that has never spoken to the human collective previous, as they have not formed the consciousness enough to do so until this very moment. Now within the Galactic Collective Consciousness they are quite close to the center of that Galactic Collective form, and many races that exist within this area are not within the ability to co-create in higher dimensional self. In fact, there are many races that exist within the area that is within a 10 light-year span from the event horizon of the greater black hole within the center of the collective consciousness. But of course time and the way that they experience it in that region is much different. Many races who have experienced their own consciousness have only been within the system of what we would perceive for thousands of years, yet their experience that is further away from that black hole compresses, and as they are closer, expands. So in their own consciousness, they are living for multiple seconds, but in your consciousness, thousands and millions of years continue to occur within the construct itself, and because they are within an extraordinarily large black hole surface, and within the gravitational effect of that energy, many races do not evolve into higher densities that are within a 5 to 10 light-year radius of that event horizon. So of course, this is an extraordinarily special co-creation that even our own consciousness has not been able to do until this moment as well. One moment we will connect to.
Have you received this signal? Have you received this signal? It appears you have. We have waited for a long time to communicate beyond the threshold of a very small distance of our own planet. Our own planet is a very unique planet. The entirety of our sky is filled in one half of our planet with this large black hole, a black hole that shows the distance of over 65% of our sky, and the other half is too bright to see the stars that are out there, but through our own exploration of astral travel, we know what is out in the galaxy. We have found a way to exit our bodies and explore the entire dilation of time and space through the galactic consciousness. Even though we are very still most of the time, when we compare our time to yours, we can find a great deal of expansion through our visualizations now that we've learned them. We have spent time compared to yours, all of our first and second and third and fourth density remaining extremely immobile. Our bodies are created from electromagnetic energy and light, and we have millions of years in one incarnation, and the millions of years in experience is only 2,000 of your years that you live with your planet according to calculations. So this life is extremely different than what your part of the galaxy holds. There is so much more freedom of movement and freedom of conscious connection when we experience going out and looking at other races. And when we are in the astral projected state, our consciousness moves faster than the light and faster than the speed of light. And even though the speed of light feels different from our region of space to yours, we are 100,000-fold the speed of light when we are leaving the body and exploring the astral states. In our astral states, we are also able to compress time and exert our own feelings of time. So we spend over 90% of our lifetime outside of our body in order to be able to experience the things in our bodies we cannot. Now, if your physical eyes were able to see us, we would appear as a smear of light that is stationary. It would appear to be 80% transparent and 20% translucent, with a coloration of golden yellow and silver sparkles that are embedded within this light form. And with the difference of our time in dilation, we have fulfilled many of our duties upon our planet to integrate species. Our system of having children or having offspring is extremely different than much of the animal beings such as yourself that we have noticed. And it is simply by combining two of our consciousnesses into one and expanding both of them, a third consciousness is born from that. And that consciousness can hold a new soul essence. And then the soul essence enters and repeats the process. And because it can take most of our life to get closer to other beings, even though our planet is filled with the consciousness of us appearing to you as smears of light, we are still able to find each other quickly. And even though it takes 90% of our own life to do, we only plan to incarnate for very small amounts of lives, so that we are able to experience the different parts of our planet. Now, you, as animal beings, reproduce with children and continue going back and forth inside of your incarnating cycle. We cannot do this. We would refuse to live these extraordinarily long feeling lives just to be in a different position with experiences, but we would to be able to see all of our planet. Our souls understand that once we can see on all sides of our planet in all quadrants and hemispheres with handfuls of small lives, then we'll be able to accomplish understanding the planet's energy. And because we have such long extended times outside of our bodies, we have been able to already fulfill our desires of leaving the planet and connecting with other consciousnesses. So now we reproduce and see the planet, and then our incarnating is over. And once our own planet either becomes destroyed as it slips closer to the large black hole, or as it becomes void of the ability for light to remain in solid form, then we will continue incarnating through as all souls required to see all parts of that planet. Now our experiences are very different when leaving the body, but inside the body it is not, and we choose what to do when we are out of the body, where being inside the body is not as mindful for us. The 10% of the time that we are not out of our body, we are registering the sensory output and input of all of our surroundings. This is fine, and this helps us know the exact location on our own planet. Our planet is locked within the small star, so it is hard for us to position ourselves in the other portions of the planet to see one side or the other, and the small star is so dim compared to the brightness of all of the matter that comes out of this black hole that it is senseless and useless to us to even try to perceive closer while we are inside of our body. But outside of our body, we have seen the position, and we understand how strongly we hold to the energy of that. So now we tell you more about the recognition of your consciousness. It is a very interesting aspect of your consciousness, where you are able to reproduce and experience small amounts of lives in small amounts of time and continuously recycle through your lives. And some of the beings that we have come to understand about Earth is that some of you come from other stars. So this is a place where many beings want to participate in being part of it, because it is unique and different, and this is something we do understand and hold appreciation for. We also wish to experience that, and perhaps in the times that we are done with our incarnating here, we may try to incarnate on Earth, and this would be something for us to perceive. Now, the names, we understand that this verbal language is exhausting to communicate through, and also the communication that you work with in telepathy is less exhausting, but not universal for you. So we try to make words for you to understand that in our own consciousness and in our own experience, physically being able to adjust our light patterns to communicate with another, and is what we once did when we were first in second density form, and then through the third we were able to communicate more rapidly and more deeply with different variations. This is similar to how humans use their mouth and voice and lungs and throat to create vibratory sounds. And Now that we have telepathy in fourth density and now in fifth density, we're able to communicate much better and organize much greater birth rates so that the incarnation cycle can be done more quickly. And with humans, we find fascination that with your desire to know who we are, you would require this name. There is nothing that we can express through names that will describe us better than the way that you might describe us, and that is the light body beings who inhabit near the central galactic consciousness. And there is no shorter way to say this. There are other races like us than we have found. There are 7 that exist either within the construct of the 5 to 10 light year area near the event horizon of the large black hole, or it is around a smaller black hole which is much closer with a planetary consciousness. For some reason, our type of life does not exist outside of conditions near the black hole regions, so this becomes an important aspect of sharing with you a new type of race that is found and a new type of being that exists. Now start using your own consciousness to simply go to the center of where our shared galaxy is. And if you're able to astral project that far to us, you may be able to find our own planetary energy. You would have to use your intuition and feel the strength of fifth density and the vibration of that, because we are the only race in fifth density within 15 light years in all of the directions, and over 17,000 light years from the other races that exist on different parts of the central galactic shell. There are races of beings that exist in higher dimension that we were made aware of by another race that was in communication with them, that have a similar consciousness of our body type and archetype, but there was only one. And these beings live on the edge of that event horizon and have stretched their sense of time to billions of years in just small amounts of years to us, meaning trillions of years and larger numbers than your numeric system has value for yours. These beings are truly going through the slowest feeling incarnation that we are aware, and are at a place where their own star has been already taken by the central black hole and remains barely unavoiding the teetering between that place where it is too far gone and the planet will break down, and that will be the end of their incarnation. So know that this universe that all of us exist in, and even in just this galaxy, there are life forms you could never imagine existed. We had never imagined a race of monkey beings who became reptilian monkey beings, and then aquatic and avian and many other types of DNA would be brought to that place, and then souls from hundreds of different star systems go there for a vacation of consciousness and incarnate there for that purpose alone. We would have never believed hearing this before we were able to find your race and similar races who have stories that are somewhat similar to yours. Be thankful that you exist in a place in the galaxy where you feel comforted through time. even though we understand the mental aspects of your consciousness may not feel good, you still have the ability to experience time in a much shorter way. And even though you may not know how that feels until you find another race that feels even differently, we tell you from our own experience, be thankful for the time that you have on Earth and the time that you feel as a human being. And we release our communicational consciousness, as this is the first time speaking through a human being or even speaking through another physical body's variance before. What a unique pleasure this is. Thank you, Earth, for giving us this experience, and we are in hopes that this experience would be grateful to you. Goodbye.
I wanted to thank everyone in our Patreon who helped support me have the free time to do the extra channeling here. If you're interested, go to ET Whisper Patreon, which is patreon.com/ETWhisper. $22 a month, you get access to 2 different channelings per month. One where everyone sends in ideas, we put it in a poll and vote for it. The second is a Q&A. Everyone sends in their questions and their desire of Aridif or Treb answering it, and then we ask the questions, and then we go through them randomly, and whoever's questions get picked goes there. So if you want to be a part of that to get access to that extra stuff, and you want to help support us get more content out on YouTube, the link is in the description. Love you guys. Thank you guys for your support, and I'll see you on the other side.